There you are! Now we can get it done. In today's video, we are gonna make you sound more Spanish than ever. I know you always mix up pedir and preguntar, but don't worry, it's completely normal. It's actually one of the most common mistakes foreigners make when speaking Spanish, but you will agree with me that we need to fix that, don't we? But before starting, remember, si puedes hablar tu idioma, también puedes hablar el mío. Pedir and preguntar. Why is Spanish so difficult? Actually, Spanish is super easy. You just have to enjoy the learning process. For example, maybe it's just me, but I have never realized that both start with a P. That's fun, isn't it? However, although both start with a P, that's the only thing they have in common. So what's the difference? The secret is within you. To be more specific, it's about what you really want or what you need. Let me explain all this nonsense to you. We use pedir when we want something, like a favor, food, or help. And we use preguntar when we want to know something, when we need more information. Easy, right? Alright, then I will have to ask you to stay a bit longer, because I will need to think of some examples to show you that what I just told you is key to use pedir and preguntar correctly in Spanish. I'm gonna be more specific. Usamos pedir cuando queremos obtener algo, un objeto, un servicio, un favor, o incluso que otra persona haga algo por nosotros. Let's take a look at some sentences. If you have made it this far, it means you are serious about learning Spanish. Learning a new language is just like hitting the gym. You can try to go it alone, but we all know how that ends. You eventually lose motivation because you don't know which exercises to do. You're unsure if your technique is the right one, and moreover, it feels like you are never seeing any results. With a language personal trainer, you can fix your mistakes in real time. You learn what you actually need and progress much faster, because you are training with someone who can point out your flaws while having a laugh, because honestly, it feels like hanging out with a friend. Así que ya sabes, deja de estudiar español y empieza a hablarlo. You can book your first Spanish lesson for free. Check out the description. Voy a pedir una pizza. Remember this future, ir a más infinitivo. If you want to learn how to use the future, you should check out this whole video. It's completely in Spanish. Take it as a challenge. Pediré a mi hermana que nos ayude con los deberes de matemáticas. You are asking her for help, and to be honest, this is the best thing you can do, because she is such a nerd. In Spanish, ser un cerebrito. Tiene que pedir permiso a sus padres para poder ir al cine. This is great. We are going over some very useful expressions. Tener que más infinitivo. Check this video for more. Pídele dinero a tu hermano. So you are telling me that these people want to go to the cinema, they have to ask for permission, and the one paying is his brother? What a legend, isn't it? By the way, pídele es el imperativo de pedir. ¿Te puedo pedir que le des a like? ¿Te puedo pedir que me dejes un comentario? Sorry if I've been cheeky, but I had to give it a try. Anyway, have you noticed? This structure, te puedo pedir que, is the best option if you want to sound polite, but still want people do something for you. Te puedo pedir que vayas a la compra. Te puedo pedir que saques a pasear al perro. You got it, don't you? David le pidió el teléfono a María. This is a great example, because in English we say, can I have your phone number? Can I have some water? Can I have some sugar? Which in Spanish is not translated to puedo tener tu número. ¿Puedo tener un poco de agua? ¿Puedo tener un poco de azúcar? Instead, it's translated to ¿te puedo pedir tu número? ¿Te puedo pedir un poco de agua? ¿Te puedo pedir un poco de azúcar? See? The best option to make people do things for you. I told ya. I'm sorry, but once again, I'll be more specific. Usamos preguntar cuando queremos saber algo, cuando necesitamos cierta información, una respuesta o incluso queremos aclarar una duda. Let's take a look at some sentences. Mi amiga siempre pregunta por ti. If she does, it's because she fancies you. A ella le gustas. El cliente preguntó si podía pagar con tarjeta o efectivo. This is a classic, isn't it? Card or cash. Quiero preguntarle algo al profesor. Querer más infinitivo. Another classic. Preguntó a un señor dónde estaba la comisaría más cercana. It's sad, isn't it? These days, people rarely ask for directions. Everyone's zombies around on their phones. It's kind of a pity. You never know what kind of weirdos you are missing out. ¿Te puedo preguntar de dónde eres? Once again, we use this structure to sound polite. But this time, instead of asking someone to do something, you're asking for some information. It's a way of keeping the distance. Ya preguntaré a alguien cómo llegar a la estación. I really love this one, because I'm the same. I'm always leaving the important things for last minute. It's the best way of having great adventures. Do you believe me now? Cool. Still, I'm gonna give you 2 more tips to clear up the confusion about pedir and preguntar. Pedir can be translated to ask for or to request. And preguntar can be translated to ask a question or to inquire. Easy, right? So let's make it even easier. Cuando pides, recibes. In other words, pedir es recibir. Because when you ask for something, you always end up getting something. And moreover, both end by ir. Cuando preguntas, das. In other words, preguntar es dar. Because when you ask something, you always give a question. And moreover, both end by ar. By the way, in Spanish, to make a question is hacer una pregunta. Así que no digas preguntar una pregunta, because it sounds as if I said to ask and ask, although that's great English, isn't it? Anyway, you can feel it, can you? That special taste in your mouth. It's called Spanishness, so keep it in your mouth until the next video.